Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvonne Princess Shabangu and we're back with another video. Welcome to Employment Wednesdays. And today we talk all things, it's a surprise and I have a guest. But before I go to my guest, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and voila, you're part of the beautiful, the graceful, and the wonderful family, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna let my guest introduce herself. Yes, guys, I'm trying. I could be here sitting alone and you guys are hearing my voice, but I'm trying, you know? So yeah, introduce yourself. Tell us about you.
Thank you so much. Hi guys, my name is Nompumelelo Ndlovu and I'm a very cool person and I'm 24 years old. And yeah.
Okay, and you're going to tell us what you studied.
So I studied Bachelor of Arts. I majored in History and Literature. I studied at St. Augustine College. Okay. And I'm currently working at a call center. I'm a sales agent.
Oh, okay, nice. So guys, did you hear the twist, the plot twist? She studied Bachelor's of Arts and then she's a call center agent or call center consultant. I don't know.
Sales agent.
Oh, sales agent. Okay, yeah, guys. So, did you hear the twist? So, I want to know more about being a sales agent. I want to know more about going into it, right? But we're just gonna take it like question to question, and we're gonna have a conversation. Another thing, guys, if you want to know more about being a call center agent, you can leave your comments, your questions there by the comment box, and we will be willing to answer you where we have the knowledge. Where we don't, we'll refer and recommend other people. So yeah, let's get into it. So you studied Bachelor's of Arts and you're a call center agent, right? Or sales agent rather. So what made you not go into the route that you studied for? Was it lack of employment, or was it change of dreams, or was it change of, like, what happened? What made you feel like, okay, fine, I will do call center stuff?
Okay, so firstly, it was a lack of employment. Okay. And at the same time, I think I lost passion with what I was trying to drive at, because my main focus was me going to the teaching field. And then when I got there, I was like, no.
It wasn't happening.
Yeah, it wasn't happening for me. But then my cousin called. It's like, Mommy, they're hiring and it's a call center. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me try it out. So it was never something that I was looking for.
Sure.
So it was a case of whereby I got called. So I got there and then I was like, oh, okay, let me try it out. And then as time went on, I kind of fell in love with it. But then it has its own challenges.
Okay. So yeah, we are going to go into challenges. So now let's talk about the stigmas. Honestly, I think I'm also part of this the society that always felt like being a call center agent is a no-no. Because for me, it's like talking to people day in, day out, not being paid enough and being abused by, because I know how clients can be really rude. Yeah. I think that's also part of the downside of it. So what gave you the drive to stay in that job? Because I've never really heard a person say, like, maybe when we're studying, I actually want to be a call center agent. Like, I never hear people dream of that, because we have this idea that being a call center agent is costly, it's just a lot, and it's toxic and all of that. Enlighten me on that.
Okay, so firstly, when I got there, I thank God that I met the manager was very motivational, if I can put it that way. Was very passionate with what they are doing. Sure. So they sort of like made sure to see whatever that they do, they also inspire the other person. Sure. So of which when I got there, they were like, Bumi, you have to drive yourself. Like, it's a self-driven environment. Sure. You have to drive yourself. So if you don't have motivation, if you don't have discipline, you will not survive a call center environment. Sure. So you will need to have that mindset that these are my goals and this is what I want to achieve. And with the call center that I'm at, there is no basic. Okay. So every single day, you just have to know that you have R0 in your bank account and you have to push and push and push. Sure. And yes, talking to people can be very draining emotionally, but at the same time, you need to train yourself. You need to train yourself to say, in as much as people can be very frustrating and all of that, but you need to tell yourself that I'm in a professional environment and I need to control myself, like emotionally.
Sure.
Emotionally. Because
intelligence.
if you're going to lose it in each and every single client, then how many sales are you going to make?
Sure.
So you'll need to be like very emotionally strong with everything that you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, I hear that. And then what is the heart of your job? Are you guys just always making calls? Because also, I always used to fail to understand. Okay, they are calling in, like, what's the story? You're calling to sell, or there's something else behind the scenes? Or when you wake up, you know your mandate is to make calls and your mandate is to sell a product.
Okay, so there are different types of call centers, right? So we
Sure.
have an inbound call center and we have an outbound call center. So in inbound call center, that's when you get calls from clients who are inquiring about a certain thing. Maybe it's a product or it's an app on their phone, whatever
Sure.
the case may be. And then you assist with that regard. And then when it comes to outbound call center, that's when you call the client
Sure.
to say, hi Yvonne, you have a credit card, for example, with us, and then we realize that you do not have a certain product on
Sure.
that credit card.
Sure.
So then I explain how the product works, and then if you like the product, I'm happy to activate it for you.
Sure.
And then if you say yes, it's a yes, and if you say no, it's a no.
Okay.
So my main aim when I wake up is for me to get clients that will say yes, 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 because it means more money for me.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. And then also, how would you describe your environment? Is it an environment whereby you're micromanaged, or it's an environment whereby you given targets to say, hey, you're supposed to make 100 sales for the month. How you make it happen, they don't care. Or you have somebody actually following you around.
Okay, so it's a bit of both, honestly, because at some point you, as I say, that it's a self-driven environment.
Sure.
Because you don't have a basic. So each and every single day when you wake up, you have to tell yourself that I need to make certain amount of money in order for me to do A, B, C, D for your bills and all of that.
Sure.
And then at the same time, obviously, you have to have managers around. So they sort of like push you to say, guys, we have a target. So we work with clients, obviously, and clients set a target, and that target needs to be met. And if it's not met, obviously, so target needs to be met each and every single day, month.
Oh, okay.
Yearly.
So you guys have daily targets, monthly targets, and yearly targets.
Yes.
So what happens if you don't meet your targets?
Obviously, there will be consequences. So that means probably the campaign or the client might take away whatever campaign that you guys are dialing. So that means no more business for you guys.
Oh, okay.
So it really, so that is the main thing. So normally they do take away the campaign, they close it down. So
Sure.
which means there is no work for us.
Oh.
So we really need to make sure that the
Targets
target
are
is
met.
met.
Oh,
And
okay.
if it's not, then we lose out money.
Oh, okay, all right. No, I hear that. And then also, I think everyone is dying to know, like, how much you guys make. I mean, all I want to do is know about the money. I love money.
So with the call center, right? So as I mentioned, that there is no basic.
Sure.
So it can actually range from as little as 100 rand to 50,000 rand.
Wow.
So it actually,
So it happens that you actually make 100 rand for the month and you must survive on it.
yes. So let's say, for example, right? Maybe something happens and maybe you work like 2 days or 3
Sure.
days, and then maybe you didn't make much sales on those 3 days, and then something happens and maybe it requires you to be home, and then the whole month. So they calculate if your salary is 100 rand,
They give you
they're
100
gonna give you
rand.
100 rand with pleasure.
Wow.
Like they don't even like. Okay, I don't want to use the word care, but they really, really look at that and be like, okay, so you worked for 3 days, and in
Here's
those
your
3
100
days,
rand.
you made 100 rand, they're gonna deposit that 100 rand.
Wow.
And then if you made a 50,000 rand, they're gonna deposit that 50,000 rand.
So what does it take to strive in an environment like that? What is it that you would say has kept you going, on days where, because like you, actually I think it's very, for lack of a better word, I think it can be very draining on a person to think of the fact that there's a possibility that in a month no one will buy the product. You see. So what is it that keeps you going, and what does it take for you to actually get like maybe a decent salary of 15,000 rand? Say 50, okay, I'd say 10, because a lot of people get paid 7,000, 8,000. So what would you have to do for you to get like 10,000 rand?
You just need to call clients and make sure that they take the product. Because honestly speaking, I feel like the mindset as well, because if you are very negative in that environment, you are going to reap the negativity of that environment. So if you're very positive and tell yourself that today I'm going to make, if it's 5 sales, just make sure that in your mind, in your heart, you put in that focus, and then you also make sure that you, whenever you're talking to the clients, you build rapport, you engage with the client, and then you make the client feel comfortable, because most of the clients, they're not comfortable over the phone. I mean, you have fraudsters and all of that, so you need to build that and make sure that you make that 5 sales. Yes, it can be draining. There are days where you feel like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. But then at the same time, you look at the fact that, okay, who is going to give me that 1,000 rand? Who is going to give me that 5,000 rand if I sit at home and not do anything? So sometimes you might look at it as, oh my God, the money is very small and all of that, but who is going to give you that money? So instead of you just sitting around and not doing anything, how about you wake up, you motivate yourself, and then you look forward to actually making that 50 rand or that 1,000 rand, whatever money that you're going to make. So also mentality, it plays a role, being positive in that environment, in as much as it's very toxic, in as much as it's very, because some people, they, with positions, they sort of like bully you around and all of that. So you need to stand your own ground and make sure that you know whatever that happens, you stand your own ground and say, in as much as you are my manager or superior, you stand your own ground and make sure that you are there for yourself, not for the other person. So it also takes you back to being you positive and knowing what you are there for.
And also, from what I'm getting, it does build your confidence, and I think a lot in a lot of workspaces, bullying has become a thing, and I can only imagine in a call center whereby you feel like some people feel like they need to be loved, to be considered as valid and stuff like that. So guys, it is very important that when you work, I think this would be helpful for people that work in a call center. If you've been feeling down and out, it's important to change your mentality, change your mindset, and also always remember that you are there for yourself. No one else. You are the one that knows your circumstances. You are not there to pay ABCD bills. You are there to build a dream for you, to do whatever it takes to make sure that you achieve your dreams, right? And then also, what are the working hours?
Okay, so with where I'm currently working now, it's from 8:30 to 5:30.
Okay.
So that also depends if the target is met. So let's say, for example, we don't meet the target on Monday. So that means that we will be required to come in at maybe 8 o'clock and then we knock off at 6.
Oh, okay. So it depends on the target.
Yes.
If you're meeting targets, your hours are set.
Yes.
Okay. So does it happen that you actually are able to maybe get work at 7 until 7?
Yes, it's possible. It's possible that you get from 7 a.m. because there are people who leave work at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay, because they're trying to meet target or go beyond their target.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually voluntarily. It's not like you are forced, but it's actually voluntarily. So they sort of like negotiate with you guys to say, in as much as we didn't make target, guys, is it possible that we come to work early and we leave late? And then if it's agreed with the team, then we do that.
Oh, okay. So do you guys work on weekends?
Yes. So with regards to weekends, it's only Saturday. And then it's from like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh, okay. I love that. I think actually, low-key now, I feel like I could work in a call center because if I have my Sundays, if I'm able to go to church on a Sunday, then I'm good. Like, I can't imagine being at a job that doesn't allow me to be at church on Sunday. So, okay, fine. That's great. And then, so what would you say 3 lessons you learned from being a call center agent, or rather just dealing with people? What have you learned, and what would you give to a person out there wanting to go into the space? And
okay, so firstly, I was a very shy person. I don't talk much. So when I got to the call center environment, I realized that, wow, I need to talk. I need to be vocal about things that I don't like. So it sort of like built my confidence as well to say, okay, fine, for me, in as much as you don't like being in front of people talking, here's an environment that actually wants you to be that person, to stand in front of people, because sometimes we do like presentations. So you will need to stand in front of people, and we are like close to 100. So you will need to stand in front of them, and you will need to talk and be audible and all of that. So that's the first lesson building my confidence. And then secondly, knowing how to deal with people, because I'm not only dealing with the people that I talk to on the phone, I'm also dealing with 100 people that I'm working with, and it's very difficult because you don't know who's true for you. You don't know who, like, if I'm building a friendship with you, is it a real friendship or not? So it actually has made me to be like very picky with the people that I keep in my circle.
You basically deliberate and intentional.
Yeah, I'm like, in as much as we talk, we eat lunch, but I think there must be boundaries.
Yes, that's
so it's not like we are now friends or whatnot. And then thirdly, honestly speaking, it's the mindset. Like it has built me like, wow, like I need to be very focused. I need to be like very positive, in as much as I might be wanting other things in my life, but I'm like, okay, fine, this is what I have, let me make the most out of it.
Yes, oh my God, you know, you're reminding me of an interview I was watching yesterday by Viola Davis and Oprah Winfrey on Viola Davis' book Finding Me. Viola Davis said something, you need to reach a point whereby you utilize the tools given to you. Sometimes all we have at that season or at that time is all we can utilize. It's pointless for us to focus on what we don't have. And I've realized many people that focus on what they have, they actually grow. They actually walk into their dreams, you know. So yeah, it is very, very important to utilize what you have and focus. I love that. And then where can a person apply? Are they like websites? Or is there a place that they can go to? Because like I know I have a couple of friends that work for your company, right? So I know with your company it's like go to the building. But these days we are afraid because there's scammers, there's this, there's that. Like, where does one apply for this kind of jobs? How does it work?
So with the company that I'm working for, we don't necessarily, like, they do not encourage you to send emails because they take time to respond. But if you go there directly, then it's easier for you to get the job because they're always like wanting people. They're always recruiting. That one, like, it's for sure, like, it's guaranteed that they're always recruiting. So you can go to, I don't know if maybe you need the address.
Yeah, you can just give out the address.
I'll just give out the address. It's 38 Stiemens Street in Braamfontein. You can go there, and then you just need to drop off your CV, and you must have a matric. That's it. You just need a matric.
So you don't need any other qualifications. Your matric is sufficient.
Yes, your matric is sufficient, and you need to be your English needs to be like super proper. Super proper because most of the time you speak in English. You speak in English, so Venek, yes, it's an advantage because there are clients obviously that will need you to talk in Zulu, Xhosa, or whatever language that they feel comfortable in. But in most cases, English is
the main language. Okay, great. And then also before we close this video, there's a person out there looking for a job, a person who's about to give up, a person who feels like the whole world is against them. What would you say to that person?
Honestly speaking, I'd say it happens and it's okay to feel like that, but you shouldn't put yourself under so much pressure because in as much as there's so much unemployment, it is very important for you to keep focusing on getting that job. Even if it's being a cashier, a retailer, whatever the case may be, just know that your day is coming and you are going to definitely get that job. So don't lose hope. In as much as it feels as if you want to lose it, just don't lose it. Just keep on focusing and pray to God your day is coming.
That is so beautiful. I think that's a word that keeps on happening because that keeps on being said. Because I remember I had a speaker the other day. I was shooting a video yesterday, and it's similar. That one thing you have to have is hope, guys. Hope will take you to places you never imagined. Hope,
that is so true.
Like, hope will make you realize that even if tomorrow is not promised, but you hold on to that hope. Even if no one likes you, even if you are not considered as the best in the game, but hold on to hope. Someday your day is going to come. Don't give in. That's from me to you. Don't give in. Stay praying, stay researching, stay showing up. And I love what Unompumi said. It doesn't matter the kind of job it is.
Yeah.
Like, I've been a promoter. You can imagine, I'm a hot master student. I've been a promoter.
I tried doing that. I was like, no.
You know what? Where I was like, no. Waitressing. I was like, no.
I was like, no as well.
I
no.
did waitressing for a week. I've worked in a
did it for a week.
yeah.
I did it for a day.
I'm not doing this. I was a surveyor at some point. I was a data capture at some point.
Yeah.
I worked for a retail store for a year, guys. As smart as I am, as amazing as I am, you can imagine. But all of those jobs were never a waste. It was a learning curve for me.
Yeah.
And I think also from picking up everything you said, if there's one lesson from being a call center, guys, don't take it for granted. If you're sitting at home and you're not doing anything, you might as well.
Yeah.
Here's something you will also learn. You will learn how to communicate.
Exactly.
You will learn how to communicate without catching feelings. Because half the time we claim we're good communicators until you have to deal with 100 people with different personalities.
Yeah.
So I would say, if you can, I'd also leave the address where you can go on the description of the video. If you're at home doing nothing, guys, prepare your CV. Go there. There are videos where I do describe how you can prepare your good CV and stuff like that. But also, prepare your CV. Get out of that bed. Step out of that house. Go and drop off your CV. Yes, it might not be the ideal job you can, but like she said, who's going to give you 5,000? Who's going to give you 1,000 rand? And also, guys, don't look at social media and think that's the standard of life.
Yeah, that is
we tend to watch too much TV and we think the standard set on social media, Instagram and stuff like that. Guys, no one is going to give you 50 rand. Stop looking at us and you're like, oh, she was wearing a nice place. I want to be a lawyer. I want to work in Sandton. If an opportunity is before you, use it. There is no wasted opportunity.
Yeah, and there's a friend of mine who kept on looking for a job and all of that. And then you realize that maybe it's not about the job itself. Maybe you can do something for yourself.
Sure.
Maybe you can start a small business.
Sure.
You can sell fruits. You can open a spaza shop, whatever the case.
Sure.
As long as it gives you income.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the main important thing. As long as it gives you income.
Very weird times whereby our economy is also bad, and it's important that you're able to sustain yourself, because also, as young as we are, we can't now rely on our parents. Now we have to work, we have to show up for ourselves. Because I always say, like, my parents have smaller kids. If I'm always ba, please, and all of that, what must happen to my siblings?
Exactly.
You know, so it's important that you show up, you hustle hard, you know. But anyway, without further ado, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to share, do not forget to comment, and do not forget to be loved, don't forget to be light, do not forget to be kindness, and don't forget to pray for another person. Continue sharing those jobs. You may never know whose life you're changing. God bless you.